Hi, this is Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel. Now, do you know, I get myself a little bit ready for when I come on these. And I actually, I put a bit of lippy on and then I went and sprayed some perfume. So although you can't smell it there, you can get a nice, I did. And I thought, what am I doing? Getting myself ready for you. Anyway, look, I've got another little surprise for you. Look at this. Isn't this adorable? Wait for it, wait for it. Isn't that just the cutest? His nose glistens. Anyway.
We are doggy people, if people don't know.
Yes.
We have two little doggies. One's a Schnauzer, one's a Havanese.
And if you're a cat lover, we love cats as well.
Oh, we love all animals.
We love all animals.
So what are we doing today anyway?
We also love, notice that nice little segue, we also love cruising. So this video is all about why we love cruising. Take it away, Robert.
Okay, so first of all, a subject that is very dear to my heart is the food. All your food's included on a cruise. You don't need to worry about budgeting for it. You don't need to worry about deciding what you're going to make, whether you've got enough in the freezer, enough in the fridge. If it's raining, how you're going to get that. It's all there. It's on the ship. You've got a good choice of food. And the best thing is you don't need to cook it yourself and you don't need to wash up afterwards.
Now, you may be saying, yeah, but you can get that on any holiday, Rob. Well, the thing is, on cruises, they normally have lots of different restaurants for you to choose from that are included in your fare. And also, it's not just your normal, the full board that you used to get in hotels, which was breakfast, lunch and dinner. That's you still get breakfast, lunch and dinner, but then you'll have all the things in between, like brunches and very early breakfasts, afternoon teas, and then you can have like pizzas and burgers and all kinds of stuff will be included in that fare.
Depending on the cruise line, there's a different variety, obviously, but
and then there will also be different choices of food. So quite often there will be a sort of buffet style or a sit-down restaurant style. And depending on how you feel or what you're up to that day, you may kind of decide to go one day for buffet, one day for a sit-down in the nice restaurant. Yeah. You can move it around the way you want, but as Robert said, you don't have to worry about how much all this is costing. It's all included.
That's right.
So that's
number one, big reason why we love cruising.
And that gets a big tick. Okay, next one is entertainment. Now,
similar sort of vein, isn't it, really? You don't need to worry about what you're going to do, where you're going to... It's just all there, and you can choose. And there's usually multiple things as well, isn't it? So you don't... you can choose between different things.
So you can just go to the bar and just have a nice drink somewhere. There'll be karaoke, there'll be theatre or a show. There'll be live music on board. All the cruise ships, there's always live music, but that can be anything from kind of a big band playing where you can have a good dance. When I say a big band, I don't mean kind of ballroom dancing.
Actually, they do on the Cunard. They do have a mini band, not a big band, but in the ballroom there. Yes, on the Cunard.
And then quite often they'll have a sort of a piano bar where somebody will either play the piano or a guitar, and everybody will have a sing along. I mean, there's just so many choices. And they will be available to you kind of pretty much every night around the ship, so you've got different venues to go to. Or if you just like to sit back and relax and have a nice cocktail somewhere, there's always places for you to go like that. It's not always that you are crowded in one place with the same people in your face day and night. The ships are huge. There's always nice places for you to just go and chill out. And the same with we were saying about the food. You can just go somewhere a little bit quieter if you want to, or you can just party.
Yeah. And not worry about who's going to drive home.
Oh, that's the other thing, yes. And you can go from one entertainment to another as well. So if you don't like something, or you get a bit bored, or you go, let's just take 5 minutes out, you can do. And the other beauty is although we do kind of tend to stick together, there are lots of couples and lots of people in families where one will go off and do one thing. So one will say, look, I'm just going to go into the casino and spend an hour there. And the other one will say, right, I'm going to go and watch a show or go and watch the band. And so you haven't kind of split up as a family or a couple, and then you just get back together and meet up a little bit later on. That's the beauty of it.
It's not just the entertainment, it's the activities. During the day, there's plenty to do during the day as well. They have competitions, they have trivias. Yeah, you just can get involved as much or as little as you want. You can kick back and just relax with your book, or you can go and do something, an activity. You can get strenuous activity. You can and it's all within
do a
walking
quiz.
distance. Just choose. And if you don't like it, you just walk out and go to something
Get a little
else.
bit of brain activity going for a quiz, and some, the quizzes can be just quite good. Fun
Again,
as well.
second big reason why we love cruising is
Yes.
it's all there. You don't need to think about it. You just need to decide which
Now,
one
people
you're
who
going to.
haven't cruised have said to me the thought of being on a ship with the same people rattling around in the middle of the sea with nothing to say, and they go, oh, we love outdoors, we love nature, and we would just feel like we were sardines in a can. And I have to say, on these big cruise ships, it doesn't feel like that at all. There's lots and lots of open decks and open spaces, and you don't have to lie like sardines in a little row on your beds and bake in the sun. There's always lots of nice places that you can go higher up on the decks, have a walk round. There are some places where you're pretty much the only person
Actually,
there.
there are usually some good places which are nice and peaceful and quiet. You maybe need to seek them out, or maybe just sort of find out before you go.
Put on
there.
your headphones, read a book, have your cup of tea or your cocktail or whatever is your fancy. And there's nothing calmer than just looking out to that ocean, breathing in that beautiful sea air with no pollution, no cars, nothing in the way, just for as far as the eye can see. And you're just doing this on the ocean. It's just beautiful, beautiful. So if you like the open kind of outside kind of thing, think about it. Think about a cruise. That's why we love it, because we love the outdoors.
We do.
And
We do love the outdoors.
Yeah.
Don't get trees and animals, obviously, but,
but
although some of the bigger Royal Caribbean ships, the icon of the seas,
full of animals.
It's full of gardens. It's got trees and gardens.
So the other thing is, there's a choice of accommodation.
Yeah.
Now, how on earth can you have a choice of accommodation?
Well, because you can choose what kind of cabin you want to go in. You can go into a suite. You can go into, if you just want happy with an inside cabin and you're not going to spend too much time in your cabin, you can do that, and you can tailor the type of cabin that you want and pay accordingly. So you have a balcony if you want, if you like sitting out and reading on your balcony or just having a cocktail in the afternoon, or if there's a big family, you can have one of the larger cabins. You've got such a choice of cabins. So what we generally do is if we're on a shorter cruise, we'll generally have an inside cabin, which is the cheapest type of cabin, because we go on there to take part in the activities.
Saves the dollars and
absolutely
serves its purpose for us.
If we're on a longer cruise and there'll be things to see outside like the fjords, glaciers, or whatever that might be, we'll maybe go for an ocean view or a balcony cabin, so that we can enjoy that from the privacy of our own cabin.
And if we're with family, we may decide that we can have all four in a room, because you can
It's
get
a long
four
while since we've done that, because they're getting a bit older. But the interconnecting cabins.
You can decide to go from one end of the ship to the other end of the ship and be as far apart as you possibly can.
True, but you can have interconnecting cabins as well, so that you can have cabins next to each other and have a doorway, so you've got your own cabin.
Yes.
There's just a big choice in cabins, and that's another thing we like. Whereas if you go into a hotel, you get a hotel room.
That's right. Yep. And I've never heard of a hotel room where you can join the balconies together. So on the cruise ships, if you have connecting rooms, they have a slide in between the balconies, and you can open that balcony up and share a bigger balcony.
Yeah. So, and you pretty much know what you're going to get before you go. There's plenty of research on YouTube's and the cruise line's websites, where you can actually see pretty much exactly what kind of accommodation you're going to get before you go.
Now, can you imagine going to bed and waking up in a completely different location without having to get in a car on a bus or on a train.
And no packing.
And no packing. You haven't moved. You've simply gone to bed and you've woken up and you're in a different place. You're at a different port. That's what cruising will bring to you. Anything from the Mediterranean, where you can actually wake up one day in Barcelona and the next I can't think where the next place is, but Venice or something. You literally can just do those sort of places, wake up the next day and you are in a completely different location. Caribbean, the same thing. You can be in one Caribbean island, wake up the next day and be in another.
Actually, the New Zealand one is a really great one for that, because generally speaking, the ports that they stop at New Zealand are so different. Each port is so different. It's just a different experience every single day.
Yeah, and you haven't had to move. And that's it. And it's pretty much you park, so the ship just parks and you get off, unless there's tenders, and then you have to get a little tender boat to take you. But you just get off, spend your day doing whatever at
or
that
not,
port.
whatever you want. Yeah.
That has to be. That's the biggest selling point for a cruise.
Oh yeah, the international ones definitely. Well, even the local ones, because the ones that go up to North Queensland is that you see different places without the hassle.
Yeah. So that has to be, and of course, so much cheaper than if you were going to then try and fly or get buses or coaches or whatever in between.
Yeah, we've not found a land-based holiday where you can do as much for the same price.
No. Let alone moving around, just staying on a land base. So then we're saying, so that's kind of pretty much includes all the long ones and the short ones. But for short cruises, we love these weekend shorter cruises where they go from sort of a Saturday normally to a Monday. And that means we only have to take off a Monday for work and we get in a lovely long weekend.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic, again, because you can have all that entertainment. You can just lounge around in the day if you want, or you can get
involved. The full cruise experience just condensed into a 3-night.
You do, but you can be as refreshed or be as busy as you like on these cruises. And as I say, you only have to take off one day. So you feel like you've had a week off and you've only taken that one day off and just go back into work on the Tuesday.
Now, that's for us anyway, and this won't apply to everybody, but for us as well. We're about 30 minutes away from the terminal in Brisbane, so it is just so easy. And we're not limited on, because we're in the car, we're not limited on how much luggage we can take, and we don't travel light. So we like choices when we're on cruise. So 30 minutes, and we're at our destination. We're basically at our holiday. In 30 minutes.
But that doesn't exclude us from, we do hop on a plane and go to Sydney or to Melbourne and pick up a cruise from there. And we found that works
We're
really,
hopping
really
on a
well.
plane in a couple of months and going to Tokyo to catch a cruise.
Yes. So we'll let you know all about that as well.
About that one, yes.
Yeah, so you're not limited to the country that you are in. You can just get a flight and then do a cruise around whatever country you're looking at. We're also looking actually at Vietnam and doing that as a cruise as well. So there's lots and lots of different choices that we've got. And we still, even though they're going to be, I guess, a little bit more unusual holidays, we still intend to do cruising for those as well. We were saying it's not really relevant for us now, but it was when our children were younger. Cruising was just the business.
The kids' clubs wouldn't have been without them, and they love them. They can meet people their own age, they get to play, there's loads of activities going on. They generally have an evening sort of like movie and childminding service that goes to sort of midnight, 1 o'clock. You have to pay a little bit extra for that, but it's a lot cheaper than babysitting charges. And you can enjoy a meal. They
I
take
can't
them
remember
for
what's
dinner.
the youngest age they will take the children.
Depends on the cruise line, but I think 2 is probably about the earliest, but I'm not sure that they take that on their own. I think you may have to be with them, but generally around about 2, certainly from 3 you can leave them, I think, on their own in a lot of cruise lines.
And when they say kids clubs, they do go up to about 17? Up to about 17.
Well, they generally have different clubs.
They're all sectioned off into different age groups, and it sounds strange, doesn't it, to think that teenagers would need a kids club, but actually it's like a kind of a youth club as they go through different ages.
Yeah, youth centre is probably more appropriate.
Yes.
They do have activities in there. They've generally got sort of like things like air hockey and stuff like that, and they do arrange activities for them as well, or they just hang out and make their own entertainment.
Well, this is especially great if you've got, like, our kids were only children when they were younger, so they were great for them as well, because they only got together later on when we got together. But also, if you have siblings that are of a different age group, they might not want to hang out together in the day, although they're kind of brother and sister or brother and brother or whatever. And so these kids clubs are absolutely fantastic, where, you know, they can each go off and do their own thing, and then you can all come back together as a family at whatever time.
Oh yeah. It's not dumping your kids. You don't.
No, you don't dump them.
It's not like a daycare
out.
centre. Yeah, they can come in and come out. So, you know, if there's an activity that they want to do, they go off and do it, and then they come out and they can.
And
whatever.
A lot of them are quite high tech as well, where they'll have all the video stuff and things like that. So yeah, they're just really, really good.
They are absolute.
And I think we've touched on it. I think in everything else that we've said is about it's affordable. These holidays are a lot cheaper than land base, and certainly for keeping you occupied. We went on a family holiday. I mean, family holidays in Australia, I don't want to put anybody off going on a family holiday. Cost us a fortune to actually try and think of things for us all to do. We hired bikes, we hired canoes, we did all this kind of stuff.
We had an apartment for a week, and it was $2,500 for the apartment for a week. We can go on a cruise for 4 of us for $2,500.
Yeah, so we still had to pay for all the food and all the entertainment, and it got to be a bit hard work, I have to say. So this is why we love cruising so much. And I think, the last one, I keep looking down, but I've got a little list. I've got a little cue list here. The very last one says, relax or get involved. It's your choice.
Well,
and really,
right.
that's, I guess, for us, what we want to say is we love partying, but then there are times when we are just exhausted from work, can't be bothered, and really just want somebody to take over and just do things for us and just kind of bring us a drink, lie around the pool.
We've already sort of covered this, haven't we? But basically, everything is there if you want it, but if you don't, that's fine, and you can always find a relaxing place to go as well.
Yes.
So, okay, so that's the reasons why we love cruising. So if they may be the reasons why you love cruising too. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think, and if you haven't been on a cruise before, ask us some questions, whatever doubts you've got. We don't get commission or anything for this. We are not selling you cruises. I feel like we're sort of a timeshare couple, you know, we're promising you things. This is just why we love it. And if you haven't cruised before and you're a little bit nervous or you don't think you're going to enjoy it, ask below. We'll either answer it, or if we don't get to it, we can't answer everything. Other people will jump in and they'll let you know what they think.
That's right. So that's it. If you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the notification button. If you want to see more of our videos, hit the like if you like Alice.
How could you not like? Yes, you just.
That's it from us for now. We will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.